Hello, hello. Well, we will start. I hope you are doing well. And today we will talk about iRidium tools for KNX Integrators. I am Alex Romanov. I am a technical director in iRidium Mobile, at iRidium Mobile. And here we have my email and the link to my Facebook account. Okay, this is an overview webinar about our product. If you have some practice with our product or some new experience with us, I think this webinar will be not so valuable for you, because today we will talk about visualization only, and I think we haven't a lot of big news about our product. But maybe tomorrow our webinar might be more useful for people who are already working with the product, because for server part we have a lot of different good things. Okay, I hope you have a good sound from my side. I hope you can see my screen. And if all is okay, please text in our web chat just a plus, and we will start. Please text a plus in our text chat. Okay, thank you, thank you. Yes, for now I have feedback from your side. Okay, we have some rules about our webinar. The first rule is write question along the way. Answers will be available at the end of each block. We have five blocks, and it means that I will, if you have some questions, I can make some more information, give you information a little bit later. Duration of the webinar is about 1 hour. The webinar will be recorded, of course, and the link to the webinar will be mailed to you after these days. And for all questions, please feel free to contact us at contact@iridiummobile.ru. Okay, we will start. Today we will talk about iRidium Pro. Because it's our main product for visualization. And of course, we will talk about some special solutions for KNX, but today we will focus on visualization. What is it, i3 Pro? It's a cool interface to impress your customer. It's a unique interface, very flexible, and it means that it can be interesting for you, for your business, for your deal with the end customer, because it's sexy, it's cool. Well, it's application, multiple speaks, and it can be works with or without a server, because it is a native application. It's not about something like a web application like HTML5 or something like this. No, it's just a native application with native technology, and all comments, all feedbacks can be, you can work with it inside your phone or inside your tablet. Well, and what is it, i3 Pro again? It's, oh, sorry. We have our website, iRidium.com, and here you can see we have a section, Solution for KNX. I just show you where you can check it. And today we will talk about KNX Visualization Pro. And as you can see here, a lot of different interfaces. It's not about some templates. It's not about some rules. You can make anything in our tool. Okay, a lot of different interfaces. And of course, we have another solutions, and we will talk about this solution tomorrow. And we have, of course, a KNX integration server, and we talk. It will be the main focus for a session tomorrow. Okay, let's start with KNX Visualization Pro. And of course, the first thing, we should be registered on our website. How you can make it? Just sign in, sign up. If you haven't some login, please make a registration, and it's free for you. And after that, after registration process, you will be you can make visualization for your site. You can play with it. You can use some. You can use an emulator without a big limitation. I mean, without any payments to our site. You can play with it absolutely free. Well, how we can install our product? Just a section download on our website. And here we have a software package. The first thing, it's about iRidium Studio setup. And actually, if you know about our product, we have old version, iRidium Studio version 1.3.8. It's a deprecated version. And if you have it, please do not use it. Studio, it's a last version, release version from September. And of course, you can use different platform and just a setup. And when you will finish with the setup, you will have iRidium Studio. Just a look. I will start it. iRidium Studio. This is our IDE. This is our studio, like a Photoshop, which can be used to create, to test with your project. Well, as you can see here, I have a Russian language, but we have a lot of different languages here. And of course, I can use another one. And for this case, I will use English version. And please, when you will have the first start, or maybe when you will have some start for Studio, please make sure that in this place, where is my mouse, if you have some update, you will have this button, update available. Please make sure that your studio is updated, because we have some mail to our support about some issues, but a lot of them just disappears when you have updated studio. Well, and today we will start with the Create i3 Pro interface. And of course, here we have a simple situation. And as I can see, today it's just overview webinar. It's not about some special techniques details. And it means that I will make it a little bit faster. Okay, project name, type panel, some target device. It's not about only for iPad. It's just about some resolution. You can use another one, for example, for resolution and proportional. And of course, you can use some custom, simple, etc. The first page, it's a name. You can change it later. And orientation, landscape or portrait. Okay, let's start. And now I have a simple project here. It's an empty project. And what is the important thing here? The first thing is about project overview here. It's about pages. I can add another one page. It's about add a pop-up. What is it pop-up? For example, the page, it looks like A4 page, like a piece of paper. And pop-up, it looks like a sticker. It means that in one moment you can use only one page, only one piece of paper, but you can use a lot different stickers, and stickers can be used on one page or different page, etc. Very simple. Here this section about some settings for these elements. Here we have a driver tree. It means that we have a lot of different drivers and you can use it here. Of course, today we will talk about KNX, and we have a lot of different KNX driver here, like a KNX IP BAOS, KNX router, and KNX K-berry, etc. And I can make some gateway to Modbus or BACnet, etc. Well, but of course, if I will use a KNX, it's the best way to use some import. And here we have a special tool for import ETS here, and ETS import, and I can import some file. Some file. I have some files here, like a test, and I can add a new file. Well, what's interesting here? We have a smart import. It means if in ETS you will have some read flag, for example, it means that this status will be used on start. It means that when we will connect it to the KNX bus, we will read statuses for these group addresses. And of course, we will create a comment and feedback with these settings. We can use the structure of main and middle groups to automatically create folders with addresses. It means that we can, I just show you, I can check all drivers and addresses here. And I want to use just a standard structure. What it means? How it will be? Here we have comments, just the 2 comments and 0 feedbacks. Or I can delete this project, I can delete this KNX router, and I can import some project, not in, with the structure from ETS, how it will be. And now I have empty comments and feedback, but I have groups for my main groups with addresses, with some names. And as you can see, we have this arrow. It means feedback or comments. All of this automatically was made from this for this project. The next things, the next possibilities, and of course, I can remake, just delete, and I can parse that data again, and I can merge it, like make it reimport, just reimport and sync images, okay, but of course I haven't updated any. Or I can import like a new file, and here I can use some interesting function like group addresses. I can import only name or only addresses or addresses and name. It can be interesting for fast search in project which group and addresses you should use. As you can see, now I have address and name. Well, here we have some command type, subtype, and address, and I can use it in my visualization. It's all. It's very simple and very fast. And we can use in ETS import. You can use it like a group addresses or like a devices or like buildings. But here I have only one building, just one. Okay, that's simple. Let's start the next thing. It was about method of connection, registration access, ETS, and the next thing is about interface creation. And the first thing, it was about the simple way, like a new project from scratch. I can make some element here, like a button. Here we have a button, we have a label, level, multi-state button, multi-state level, joystick, edit box, a lot of different. And I think the very interesting case is a list. Because yesterday I held a webinar for Russian attendance, and some integrator who made a lot of project on RTI, he said, "Oh my God, your advanced list, it's the greatest thing that can be done for integrator, because it's all about lists, some composition for music, for AV. It can be used in interface, and it's very good, very fast and interesting." Okay, but when we made some button, how we can make it a little bit smart? The first thing is just we can use some command, just a drag and drop, and it's all. When I will press the button, the command will be sent to the bus. And of course, I can use a feedback here, and it means that when the relay will be changed, the status for this button will be changed too. Very simple. But how I can check it? How it's possible? And as I said, we have an application for Windows, for iOS, for Android, and the project will be the same for these panels. And it means I can use emulator. Emulator, it's a simple things to start my project. And it's all. Just a simple visualization. But of course, if you will have each project from scratch, if you will make it from scratch, I think it's a little bit expensive, because a lot of work. And of course, you can use some templates. We have it. Well, on our website, in section downloads, we have GUIs. And here we have a lot of different interfaces, as you can see, which can be used. Some of them for free, some of them paid version has. And today we will try to make it with a template, with a free template. For that, I should be signing in. Try sign in. And now I can download some interface. For example, it will be, I don't know, for example, it will be iOS style. And I can use download. Of course, I have it in my computer. And I can download it, and after that, I can use it in my iRidium Studio. Just file, open project. And here I have a KNX panel. Just a moment. Okay. Wow. For now, I have an interface. I can check it. Just use emulator. And it's all. I can change some functions for these buttons. I can change some things, but it's already done. And I can clone some things, but actually I have already interface. And as you can see here was some, again I just show you. As you can see here, we have a camera. It's a real camera. It's not about some movie, like a real camera. How we can edit in our project? We can use a room. It was a room number 1. And here we have a list for this room. And as you can see, we have some place. I can change it. I think I can make it again. Just make some new element. Of course, I can change this color. I want to use, for example, gray. And I can change opacity. Okay, and now I will have a camera. How we can use it? We have here cameras, all cameras for this project. How we can add a camera? I just add a URL. It's a real URL for real camera. Just OK. And just drag and drop again. And it's all. Let's try to check it. As you can see, we have a new square, new element, and again, we have a stream. Very fast and very easy. Okay, what about free template? Of course, again, we can change anything here. I can delete some section. I can make some, I can copy some elements here and just use it here like this. I can change anything here. I can change like some text, lamp life. Let's check. Well, I have lamp for life. Let's go. Okay, it was the first introduction to our product with interface creation, using a template, and import of others from NTS and reimport. And of course, we have here some relay, and I can add some command to the switch. And it's all, and it will be connected to the real KNX equipment. Well, if you have, it was the first block. If you have some question, please text to the our chat, and I will give you some information. Okay, while you text some question, maybe we will talk about next things. Driver parameters. On each driver, we have some parameters, of course. For example, here, KNX router has a host and port. And for KNX, the very important thing is a NAT. Because if you have connection inside your network, it will be always false because it's a very secure connection. It means that all data, all statuses for your KNX Telegram will be encapsulated inside your network. But if you will have some complicated network, in this case you will use NAT. It means not encapsulate, and after that you can use this driver for very complicated things. Of course, here we can add another driver, for example, Modbus network. For Modbus, we have the same things, and we can add some new devices here, etc. all of this possible. Okay, the next things, it's about types of elements. Oh, of course, about KNX, sorry. On our website, we have a very interesting things, very valuable things. It's our wiki documentation. By default, for me, because I'm from Russia, I have a Russian language, but of course we have here different languages, Dutch, English, Netherlands, etc. Well, I will use the English language. Okay, good. And now here we have for some information for i3 Pro. We have some information about our product. We have a lot of documentation for different protocols. As you can see, a lot of different protocols. And here about our equipment like panel and servers, etc. Well, and all documentation for KNX is available here in documentation. And here you can check how you can connect it to the KNX with some KNX router, how we can connect it to KNX IP BAOS, how we can use different types of drivers, etc. How we can import from ETS. All of this available here in documentation. Very, it's with a good description, with some examples, etc. Well, about types of elements, and of course, as I said, we have a lot of different elements, some controls, and here we have documentation for iRidium Studio for visualization, etc. And here we have some documentation about settings, project start, types of graphic items, and you can check how you can use English. Yeah, how you can use different elements here, like label, button, trigger button, etc. Well, the next things about display templates, all documentation available here. About a camera, it was again in our studio available a lot of different cameras like this, and now on-with camera available like a GS model, but after two releases it will be available like a native driver for all on-with cameras, and it means that you can use in your project all cameras that provided on the market, all IP cameras. Not only RTSP, but on-with cameras too. Okay, we have a question for all kinds of, oh yes, it was a question for all kinds of cameras. For RTSP cameras, and for now it will be, you can use on-with camera now with the GS, but after 2 release it will be available for native cameras too. If you have prepared a project but you have changed it in ETS, when you import the ETS file again, do you have to re-import the whole ETS project or only the change, and how it is done? Okay, just let's try to check it. Here I have my project. It was a test one, as you can see, and I have one relation to the real element. Well, I can try reimport just a test 2, because it's the same project but with one additional addresses. Just import, and it was one moment. Oh, for import 1, sorry, for import 1. Yes, that will import 1. As you can see, source ETS project, we have some link to import 1. Just again, I will merge it with import 1, import. And now, as you can see, we have a new status. And it means I can use it here. Oh, sorry, just let's try again, because I think it was a problem with a lot of different attempts. Just let's try to make it from scratch, because I don't know what it was. Again and again. Okay, let's try. The first thing, it's about test here. Add new file, just import all files. Okay, yes, I have here some comments. I just make some relation. The next things I want to make, I want to make some reimport. Test one. I will merge it. What is it? Reimport. Sorry. Oh, so, yes. Sync updates will relate the driver automatically. Yes, it's with a checkbox, because after this checkbox, all relations will be transferred to the real driver. It was my mistake. Okay. Yeah. For now, I have another one. It's a new switch, and you can use it for this. Okay, I hope it was clear. The next things, it's about SIP, integration with Intercom. Yes, it's available too for our site. We have a big documentation about it. Here, i3 Pro works with, and we have a driver, SIP. We support any SIP compatible devices. And here we have description about it. And here we have tested hardware for that. And actually, for each brand, we have some example. For example, you can use KMPPT, for example. And we have documentation for this intercom, with this, how you can check it, how it can be settings with the real project. I mean, with some example, how we can setting up it in our website and in this intercom, and some demo project. Well, you can check it on our website and check and try with it, play with it. All of this not so hard for understanding, and it means it will be works with your intercom. One more thing, our SIP driver can be connected only to SIP server. It means if you have some device which can be connected by 2P2, just peer-to-peer, P2P, in this case we can't connect to this device. You should use some SIP server. We not provide SIP server. We just connect to another one. And of course, we have a lot of different examples for different SIP servers, how you can use it, how you can check it. All of this available on this page. Please use it. It's not so hard. Okay, it was the next step, next slides. If you have some question, please feel free. Okay, next step about how we can test it, licensing and slots. What is it? The first thing is about panel testing. As you can see, we can use for that our emulator for Windows. And as you can see here, we have a red notice like emulator work and timeout 5 minutes, not for sale, for testing demonstration only. And it means that I have non-commercial use for this project. It's a by default. Well, what is a licensing system? Here we have a documentation about it. Licensing and giving ownership rights. And for non-commercial things, you can use it for free just register on our website and you can use it. But you have some limitation. 5 minutes for Entry Pro if you have a bronze status. Bronze status, it means that you are just you have just registration on our website, but you haven't any history of ordering. You haven't some sum of deals. Well, but if you have some silver status, you will have 20 minutes of Entry Pro continuous work and some developer spends. And every 5 or 20 minutes, Entry Pro has to be relaunched because all drivers will be stopped. The developers panel options disable the time limits. It means if you are integrator with a silver status, you can use 2 own panel. What is a panel? Panels looks like a mobile phone, tablet, or your PC with a visualization. And you can use it without limitation. You can use it for free. Well, and you can use free iRidium server, but it will be discussed tomorrow. And you can use some test mode for server, etc. Well, but what is it? Panels and slot. Please use your login to log in our website. And here we have a calculator for visualization. Well, we will use a KNX. For KNX, we have different products, but I think it's a good idea for KNX Visualization Pro. And as you can see, you can use some price, and it's end user price. For integrator, it will be another price. You can see your price in your web cabinet. And here we have 2 different criteria. The one of them, it's about how many panels will be, how many slots. What it means, I have some phone. When I will be connected, just a login in the program and choose some project. After that, I will be connected to this project, and my panel will be registered as a slot. But if I just make some tests, etc., and after that I can re-login, just log out from this application, and the slot will be cleaned, and you can use it with another phone again. It means that if I have one panel, it can be used only one panel in one moment. But if you will log in, log out each moment, you can use it a lot of different on a lot of different devices. Here it looks like a package. The first package is 1 panel, the second package is 5 panels, 10 panels, and 25 panels. And another one, the last one, it's unlimited panels. It's the first criteria about your price. The next criteria is which driver will be used in this case. By default, for this calculator, you will have a KNX driver plus AV driver. What it means, AV driver? AV driver, it's a driver for GS code. Today we just, as you can see, we just use some our editor without any programming. But if you want to make some very interesting effects for graphical part, for logic part, of course you can use GS, and GS will be available for AV drivers. Here we have IP cameras inside, MQTT, SIP-intercom, SNMP, and one-wire, etc. Simple drivers. But of course you can use, for example, KNX and Modbus, and you will have another price. Or for example, KNX and Helvar for lighting control, or KNX and I don't know, for example, Domitel, etc. Well, you can play with it without any limitation. If you have some question about our license system, please text in this chat. Okay, next things about GS. The GS JavaScript. Here we have a big guide for JavaScript, and actually it's a special additional part. You know, it's like extra projects. Of course, you can make your project without GS, without any additional code. All will be available in your studio. But if you want, you can use GS code, and we have a lot of different, we have a documentation. We have some best practice examples, like event log, like URI schemes, browser and S3 Pro, like IP cameras and DVR. It means that I can see not only the stream from the camera, but I can play some archive from DVR. You can use an SIP telephony, you can use some MQTT cloud services like IoT services. You can edit a schedule on the control panel, but we will discuss it tomorrow. I think we will have some new information for your site if you use later. You can work with the FTP server, notification, push notification, presence later, a lot of different cases. And of course, we have already done GS driver, some examples for AV technique, like Athlon, Blue Sound, BAOS, BrightSign, Dobert, a lot of different brands and different devices. All of this available with a GS. Okay, the next thing is about technical support, documentation, and courses. And of course, as you can see, our webinar just for overview. But if you want to make some good, some perfect, I think, perfect visualization, the best way is to use our online courses. It's not so very big price. And we have online courses like iRidium part for 4 weeks, basics of works in iRidium Pro. And I'm sure that after this course, you will make some examples for your projects. You will make, you can make any projects in any visualization project without limitation. But of course, if you want to work, if you want make some extra drivers, etc., we have advanced course for iRidium scripts. Well, here we have start October 5, and just your price there's 100 USD. I think not so expensive. The technical support. We have again support here. You can check it here. And we have some downloads, online courses. You can check some specialists like another integrators. And for example, here you can use some country, like I don't know. For example, it will be we sell our product in 72 countries. I don't know which can be, for example, Bulgaria. I don't know why. Interface developer and find a specialist. And as you can see here, we have some authorized specialist, certificate specialist, who can make some project, and maybe some of them, like a freelancer, can help you. And of course, the best way to use support, it's about our tech support. It's about our documentation, of course. The first thing is about documentation, wiki page, and of course, our technical support. It's a ticket system, and we can help you with some technical question, with some commercial question here. and it's the best way. Check it in our documentation. As I said, it was in Wikipedia, or after that, if you haven't any idea how it can be done, you can use our tech support. And additional information in Academy page, we have a lot of records for webinars, and you can check it. It's a technical webinars, how we can work with iRidium Studio, how we can work with the IMX, KNX, how we can work with Global Cache, with HDL, etc. A lot of different webinars, and you can check it. Maybe it will be valuable for you. Well, and what is the question do you have now? Which PMS do you support currently for hotels, and also which door locks for hotels? Oh, good questions. For PMS, actually we have an API level, and we haven't support for Fidelio yet. If you have some PMS system, just contact with us to support, and we will check this PMS, and I'm sure that it will be possible without any extra payments from your side. And door locks, usually any door locks which has API, open API. We can help you with a GS driver for these lockers, but in our website we haven't already done examples, unfortunately. Are the courses up to date with the new Studio version? No, for now it's available only for old version Studio. Now we are in process with the new Studio, and I hope it will be available in the end of this year. But actually for make some project, it's not so very important, because the Studio is the same functions. Of course, a new Studio more easy and comfortable for integrators. Some questions can be used, can be done very easy. But actually, if we talk about items and settings, all of this the same way. Well, the last things for this day, it's just them topics for our webinar for tomorrow. Why do you need a server in the installation? And we have good answer in our website, KNX, and if we talk about KNX integration server, and here we have the capabilities of KNX integration server. The first thing, of course, it's about integration of equipment. If you have some panel, and when the panel will be switched off, after that, your smart home can't be smart, because it can be integrated with anything. But server can work always, and it can be used for integration with the different systems. Of course, it's about collecting and analyzing data, like some database with some notification, with some list of alarms, etc. Of course, it's about voice control available only with the server. About notification, push and email, about some notification, alarms, etc. Remote control of objects, we talk about very secure and safe connection via cloud. And one more thing, our system can be works locally, totally local. It means that you can use it without internet. It's not required. But if you want, you can use our cloud for remote control. And of course, here it was some question about our licensing system. It's a price, one fee price. It means that you haven't any payments each year or month or something like this. Only one pay, and it's all. And you can use it in your project. The schedules, of course, can be used only with the server. The scenes, the block schemes, and GS, all of this will be observed tomorrow. And one more thing about remote control of objects and why it's so important for KNX installation. I have a link here. It's an article from February last year, and it was a research, and company just make a scan for network, and in Europe it will be searching. Security scan reveals a lot of I don't know, it's a huge installation, vulnerable location. It means that this location has open port forwarding port from KNX installation to the internet. And as you can, as you know, I think the KNX hasn't any solution for this for old installation. Of course, you can use secure KNX secure connection, and you can use it to control, but all of this possible only for new installation. But if you have old router, it's impossible. Your KNX router has open KNX protocol. It means that a lot of, I don't know, bad guys can I don't know, just crash your system. I haven't a word for this situation. But in our situation, we have a cloud solution. It means that the server always have outside connection. I mean, some bad guys, some hackers can't be connected to your server. It can be done because your server will be inside your network. And it's a very secure and very interesting things. Well, and it's all about overview webinar for visualization, of course, about iRidium Academy. And please, if you have some question, please make a plus. I will wait your question, and we will talk about it. And now we have one question. Can you integrate with Vantage Automation Legrand? I'm not sure. With a Legrand, we have only one integration. It's a system Betachin Legrand, and it was released in native driver in last release. But I'm not sure about Vantage. Yes, if they have open API, or if they have API for NDA agreement, of course we can discuss it with them. But we haven't already done driver. Well, please, if you have some question, please make a plus here. And of course, I'm very happy, and I hope that this, I'm very happy that you are here in our webinar. And if you haven't some question, please free contact with us on our email. And one more question. Please rate this webinar, how it was interesting for you. If not interesting, please text me why it was not interesting. What is the information do you need for your interest? From 0 to 10. 10 is the top, 0 it's not available for you. Thank you. Wait for tomorrow. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Can you share API with third party? I mean, booking, invoicing software provider. No, we not share API because it's always for project, for one project. I mean, it's like a project work. It's not about open API. We work with the open API, and I think it will be available soon. But now it's not possible. We can work with it only with a project. I mean, you have a project, you have a license pay, and after that we can open for you some API for your project. Okay, thank you. Okay, guys, that's all. Thank you very much for your time. See you tomorrow. Bye.